Hello friends, welcome to our channel Angreji Sahitya and to this video about the Rambler, one of the most famous periodicals in British history. The Rambler was written by Samuel Johnson, a great writer and thinker of the 18th century. Friends, it was not just a magazine but a collection of essays that discussed important topics like life, morality, happiness, and human behavior. Friends, by the end, you will have a strong understanding of this important literary work. So, let's get started. Friends, Samuel Johnson's The Rambler was a periodical or a magazine published between 1750 and 1752. Friends, unlike newspapers that focused on daily events or gossips, The Rambler was dedicated to deep philosophical discussions about life, morality, human behavior, and literature. Johnson wanted to create a space where people could reflect on their lives and understand the deeper truths about human existence. Friends, the magazine was published twice a week, every Tuesday and Saturday, over the course of 2 years. During this time, a total of 208 essays were published. What is remarkable is that almost all of these essays, 204 out of 208, were written by Samuel Johnson himself. This means that for 2 years he produced deeply thoughtful and well crafted essays at an incredible pace. Friends, at first, the Rambler was not very popular. The essays were complex and many readers found them difficult to understand. However, over time, the brilliance of Johnson's writing became clear. His essays were later recognized as some of the finest works of English literature. Today, the Rambler is considered one of the most important periodicals in literary history. The title, The Rambler, was carefully chosen. The word rambler means someone who wanders or moves from one place to another. This name reflects the nature of the essays. They wander through different topics, offering thoughts on a wide range of subjects. Friends, instead of focusing on one issue, Johnson explored everything from happiness to ambition to the role of literature. Even though The Rambler was written in the 18th century, its wisdom is timeless. Many of the issues Johnson wrote about, like self doubt, procrastination, and pursuit of happiness, are still problems we face today. This is why The Rambler is still read and studied by people all over the world. Friends, The Rambler was special because it didn't focus on gossip or daily news. Instead, it talked about deep and meaningful topics. Johnson wanted to teach his readers how to think about life, make good decisions, and become better people. Friends, back in the 18th century, society was changing a lot. New ideas about science, philosophy, and individual freedom were becoming popular. But many people were also confused about life and how to deal with problems. The Rambler gave them guidance and wisdom. Friends, Samuel Johnson believed that literature should not only entertain but also educate and improve people. Through The Rambler, he shared his thoughts on how people could live a good and fulfilling life. So, friends, now let's discuss the big ideas in The Rambler. First, human nature and morality. Friends, why do people struggle between right and wrong? What makes a person truly good? Samuel Johnson explored these questions deeply in The Rambler. He believed that human nature is complex and people are often torn between their desires and their moral responsibilities. While some individuals strive to be honest and kind, others deceive and act selfishly. Johnson argued that true morality comes from within, not from fear of punishment or the desire for rewards. Friends, he urged people to develop integrity, doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Friends, Johnson also highlighted the dangers of self deception. He observed that people often justify their wrong actions by making excuses. For example, someone who lies may convince themselves that it was necessary, or someone who is unkind may believe they were simply being honest. This tendency to twist reality can lead people further away from true morality. He warned his readers to be honest with themselves, first because self awareness is the foundation of ethical behavior. Friends, Another key point he made was the role of society in shaping morality. People are influenced by their surroundings, and if they grow up in a corrupt society, they may adopt dishonest behaviors without realizing it. Johnson emphasized the importance of surrounding oneself with wise and virtuous individuals. A good environment helps people become better, while a bad one leads them towards moral weakness. His essays remind us that morality is about not about grand heroic acts, but about the small, daily choices that define who we truly are. Second, challenges of life. Friends, why is life full of struggles? Can we ever escape pain and disappointment? Johnson believed that suffering is an unavoidable part of human existence. Friends, in The Rambler, he wrote about failure, loneliness, and personal loss, explaining that no one, not even the wealthiest or most successful individuals, can avoid difficulties. He urged people to accept this reality instead of wasting time wishing for a perfect life. He believed that once we understand that hardships are natural, we can develop the strength to endure them. Friends, one of Johnson's strongest warnings was against self pity. When people face difficulties, they often compare themselves to others and believe they are suffering more than anyone else. However, he argued that every person has their own hidden struggles. Instead of complaining, he encouraged people to focus on finding solutions. He believed that a strong mindset, patience, and resilience are the keys to overcoming life's difficulties. Friends, he also emphasized that failures are not the end but opportunities for growth. Many people give up after facing setbacks, but Johnson believed that wisdom comes from experience. He reminded his readers that some of the greatest lessons in life are learned through mistakes. His advice remains relevant today. Challenges are unavoidable, but how we respond to them shapes our future. Third, responsibility of writers. Friends, what should writers aim to achieve? Should they only entertain or do they have a greater duty? Samuel Johnson had a strong opinions about the role of writers in society. He believed that literature was not just for amusement. It had the power to educate, inspire, and shape public thinking. Friends, he argued that writers should use their influence responsibly, creating work that encourages wisdom and moral growth rather than simply pleasing an audience. Friends, one of his biggest concern was that many writers mislead their readers. In their attempt to sell more books or gain popularity, some writers exaggerated, distorted reality, or promoted shallow pleasures. Johnson believed that this kind of writing was harmful because it created false expectations about life. He encouraged writers to present the world as it truly is, both its beauty and its struggle, so that readers could learn from it. Friends, Johnson also warned against the danger of careless criticism. He believed that just as writers have a responsibility to create meaningful work, critics have a responsibility to judge fairly. He disliked over harsh critics who destroyed writers' reputations for no reason. But he also disapproved of those who gave false praise. His message was clear: literature is powerful, and those who create or critique it must do so with honesty and responsibility. Fourth, ambition and happiness. Friends, can ambition lead to true happiness, or does it only bring disappointment? Johnson explored the nature of ambition in The Rambler, recognizing that the desire for success is natural. However, he warned that uncontrolled ambition often leads to dissatisfaction. Many people believe that if they achieve wealth, fame, or power, they will finally be happy. But Johnson observed that highly ambitious individuals are often the most restless and unhappy as they are never satisfied with what they have. Friends, one of his strongest warnings was about the illusion of permanent happiness. Many people believe that if they reach a certain goal, they will finally be content. However, Johnson noted that happiness from achievements is often temporary. Once one goal is reached, a new one takes its place, creating an endless cycle of wanting more. His advice was to balance ambition with gratitude and to understand that real happiness comes not from external success but from self improvement and meaningful relationships. Fifth, importance of education. Friends, why is education important? Is it just for getting a job or does it serve a greater purpose? Samuel Johnson strongly believed in the power of education. He saw learning as a lifelong journey that shapes character, sharpens the mind, and prepares individuals to make better decisions. In The Rambler, he argued that education is not just about memorizing facts, but about developing critical thinking skills. He believed that an educated person is not just someone who knows a lot, but someone who understands human nature, morality, and the world around them. Friends, another important point he made was that education does not end in school. Many people stop learning after formal education, but Johnson argued that true wisdom comes from continuous self improvement. He encouraged reading, discussion, and self reflection as lifelong habits. His message is still relevant today. Education is not just about getting a degree or a job, it is about understanding life, making better choices, and becoming a well rounded person. Now, let me tell you about some specific essays in the Rambler that are especially important. First, essay number 5, The Vanity of Human Wishes. In this essay, Johnson talks about how people waste their time wishing for things like wealth and power. Friends, he explains that these things usually don't make people happy and encourages readers to focus on wisdom and containment. Second, essay 134 on the duties of women. In this essay, Johnson writes about the roles of women in society. He believed that women should have the same opportunity to learn and grow as men, which was very modern ideas for his time. Third, essay number 4 on fiction. Friends, Johnson discusses the role of stories in novels. He believed that fiction should not only entertain readers, but also teach them important moral lessons. Fourth, essay number 108 on procrastination. Friends, this essay is about the bad habit of delaying tasks. Johnson warns that procrastination can stop people from achieving their goals and encourages readers to take action without delay. Friends, let's see why does the Rambler still matters today. First, for its timeless moral lessons. Samuel Johnson's The Rambler teaches valuable moral lessons that remain relevant today. Friends, he emphasized honesty, integrity, and self discipline as the foundation of a good life. His essays warn against self deception, where people justify their wrong actions instead of taking responsibility. He also highlighted the importance of perseverance in overcoming life's challenges. Friends, in a world driven by instant gratification, his wisdom reminds us that real success comes from patience and hard work. His moral insights continue to guide readers in making ethical choices. Second, his influence on English literature. Johnson's writing set a high standard for English prose and essay writing. His clear, structured style influenced later writers like Charles Lamb and William Hazlitt. He showed that essays could blend intellectual depth with personal reflections, shaping modern literary tradition. His themes of ambition, morality, and resilience appear in countless works of fiction, non-fiction. Writers today still follow his approach of combining storytelling with philosophical thought. His impact on literature remains strong even after centuries. Third, reflection on society. Friends, the Rambler provides sharp observation on human behavior and society. Johnson criticized materialism, warning that wealth and status do not bring true happiness. He also highlighted the dangers of blindly following public opinion, urging people to think independently. His reflections on ambition, failure, and self deception are just as relevant in today's fast paced, image driven world. His insights help us understand modern social pressures and personal struggles. His essays encourage wisdom, self reflection, and personal growth. Fourth, development of the essay form. Friends, Johnson transformed the essay into a serious literary form, combining philosophy, storytelling, and moral lessons. Friends, he introduced a logical structure that influenced generations of essayists. His style balanced deep thinking with clear communication, making complex ideas accessible. His essays laid the foundation for modern opinion writing, literary journalism, and reflective essays. Today's writers from newspaper, columnists to bloggers continue to follow his essay writing approach. His work helped shape the way essays are written and studied today. Fifth, philosophical depth. Friends, Johnson's essay explored deep questions about life, happiness, and human nature. He believed true wisdom comes from experience, reflection, and continuous learning. His writing emphasized resilience, showing that life's uncertainty should be met with courage, not fear. His insights remain relevant in today's uncertain world, where people seek meaning and stability. His reflections on ambition, morality, and perseverance offer timeless guidance. Friends, his work continues to inspire those who seek a thoughtful and meaningful life. Thank you for watching this video, friends. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thank you.